The year is 2008. The world is still reeling from the greatest financial crisis in modern history. Lehman Brothers has collapsed, the markets are in freefall, and in the glass towers of London's financial district, there's a desperate hunger for anyone who could make money in the chaos. Kweku Adeboli is 31 years old. He's sharp, ambitious, the son of a Ghanaian diplomat who grew up between continents, never quite belonging to one place. He works in the back office of UBS, Switzerland's largest bank, in a department called Delta One. It's not where the glamorous traders work. It's where the support staff live, the people who reconcile trades, who make sure the numbers add up at the end of the day. It's boring work, invisible work, but Kweku sees something that others don't. In trading, there's something called an ETF, an exchange-traded fund. Think of it as a basket of stocks that moves up and down with the market. Traders buy and sell these every day, trying to profit from tiny movements in price. But here's the thing. When you place a trade, there's a gap, a small window of time between when you commit to buying something and when you actually have to pay for it. It's usually just a day or two, settlement time they call it. And in that gap, Kweku discovered something beautiful and terrible. If you could convince the bank's systems that you'd hedged your bets, that you'd protected yourself from loss, you could take positions far beyond your actual authority, far beyond your actual money. The computer wouldn't stop you, because on paper, you were covered. All you needed was a simple adjustment, a few cells in a spreadsheet, a fictional hedge that existed only in the system's memory. The bank's risk models would see the hedge. They'd calculate your exposure as safe, and they'd let you keep trading. Kweku started small, a few unauthorized trades here and there, testing the boundaries, watching to see if anyone noticed. No one did. The back office was his domain. He knew every system, every loophole, every moment when the reconciliation process looked the other way. And slowly, carefully, he began to scale up. By 2011, Kweku Adeboli was no longer working in the back office. He'd been promoted to trader. He had a desk on the floor now, but he still had access to the systems, still had the knowledge, and the fictional hedges kept growing. On paper, his trading book looked perfectly balanced. For every long position, there appeared to be a short. For every risk, a protection. But in reality, the hedges didn't exist. They were ghosts, entries in a database that represented nothing. Kweku was naked in the market, exposed to billions of dollars of movement with no safety net. And for a while, it worked. There's a particular addiction that comes with unauthorized trading. It's not about the money, not really. It's about the secret, the knowledge that you've found a way to operate outside the rules that bind everyone else, that you've become invisible to the very systems designed to watch you. Kweku made the bank millions. His official trades were profitable. His bonus was healthy. But the unauthorized positions, the ghost trades, those were something else. They were his private game against the market itself. Until September 2011, when the game turned. The European debt crisis was deepening. Markets were volatile, swinging wildly on every rumor from Greece, from Italy, from Spain. And Kweku's massive, unhedged positions began to bleed. He tried to trade his way out, put on more positions to cover the losses, but the hole just kept getting deeper. $7.2 billion deeper. On September 15, 2011, Kweku Adeboli sent an email. It was 3 in the morning. He'd been at his desk for hours, watching his world collapse in real time. And finally, he wrote to the accountants, a simple message that began, "I need your help." The confession that followed unraveled everything. Within hours, UBS had frozen his trading book. Within days, Kweku was arrested. And within weeks, the full scope of the fraud became clear. He'd been doing it for years, creating fictional trades to mask real ones, building a shadow portfolio that existed only in the gaps of the bank's systems. And all of it held together by formulas in a spreadsheet that told the computers exactly what they wanted to hear. A hedge that doesn't exist, A risk that's covered when it's not? Money that's there until suddenly, catastrophically, it isn't. Kwaku served 4 years before being released. Then, in 2018, after living in Britain for 25 years, he was deported back to Ghana, a country he barely knew, a place he'd left as a child. UBS survived, though the $2.3 billion loss they took from unwinding his trades shook the bank to its core. And somewhere in the archives of that institution, there's probably still a spreadsheet. Cells filled with formulas that once told a beautiful lie. That risk could be eliminated, that loss could be avoided, that the system was unbreakable. Until someone found the crack.